I'm supposed to work out after this.
Alright, guys, what's going on? Hello and welcome to Prophet of Gaia, episode number 20. Today we are missing Christian. Unfortunately, he got called into work to do real badass things. Sly. Anyways, let's just jump right into it. Last week, the team decided that they were going to go finish off their little vault hunting expedition, where they once again challenged against Varsalu, and they came out again as victors. Subsequently, they decided that they would go try to search for food for the colony, and then they ran into a noble, and they fought it, and they killed it. Super sweet, super awesome, super badass. Upon returning to the barracks, they ran into Sly, and they said, "Hey Sly, we killed a noble." And Sly was like, there you go. Sly, what's your response to "we killed a fucking noble"?
Well, I'm kind of jealous because I had to feed Bonto, but yeah, awesome. I don't know how useful that would be. I haven't seen one since my incident, so maybe it's best I wasn't there.
So Annika, like, she's shuffling over into the bed. You know, straight back, brave face, but you can tell she's not in great shape. And is Sylvia in there, Noah?
Yeah, Sylvia's sitting there poking at some stuff. Yeah.
I'm just gonna amble over to Sylvia and then just like plop down next to her and be like, "Fix me." But yeah, Sly. We fucking kicked its ass. I'm not sure we need you out there.
Well, hey, I'll go do my own thing. I'll just feed Bonto the rest of my damn life.
Yeah.
You want Bonto back?
That was great.
No.
You don't want to just pat me on the back real quick?
So with
He looks
the
good on
feeding
you.
of Bonto, you remember going out there to feed Bonto. You don't remember feeding him at all. You just remember, like, all right, Bonto, we're gonna go hunt some stuff. Hours of just like flashes of stuff happening. You kind of remember, and then you just remember, Bonto, fool. And then you're like,
All right.
okay, and so you go back to the barracks, and then they walk in and say, "We killed a fucking noble." So you don't even remember what you've been doing for the past like 6 hours.
I just know I've been feeding him, but that's it.
That's all you know, is that you've been feeding Bonto.
I'm looking forward to tomorrow when Bonto goes, Bonto hungry.
When Bonto says he's hungry, I think I say we take shifts, and this one's you.
All right, yeah. So yeah, the
I don't even remember what I
Bonto's
said.
just like on your back going, nom 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 nom. It's like you get this like creepy echo in the back of your head that he's just satisfied.
Yeah, and I already don't have psychosis problems of hearing nobles in the back of my head. Now I have to hear nom, 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 nom.
Yeah, and
All
you
the
already have
voices in my
another
head.
person in you as well.
Yeah, and a separate,
Yeah.
This game is
badass McGee all up in my brain already.
It's just slime.
I got the most like fucked up shit going on with me.
So Hex is just standing there, and he's just like, "So what's the plan?"
Did we see the tree on the way in?
You know what? You didn't really notice, because you guys.
Okay, that's fine.
You guys went straight to the place because you were messed up.
Well, they were.
So did y'all end up going to a vault, or y'all just fought a noble?
We took Hex back to the
The same vault?
challenge. Yeah,
Walu?
the challenge.
Okay.
He got it. What
So-
did Hex get again?
He got some new shoes.
Hex
The
got
little
some
That's right.
seam on his feet. He got some new shoes.
You got some shoes.
You got some J's. Dude,
He got
J's.
some slick shoes.
Oh, I guess those will make them run fast, right?
He's quick for a big guy now.
Yeah, that was the idea.
Hex is just like, yeah, they're pretty cool. And you look down at his feet, and he's got what looks like little mercury, like lightning bolts on the side of his already badass armor. And yeah.
So while I was feeding Bonto, did you guys discuss or think about if I should get the super armor to use my super bow?
Hadn't crossed my mind once.
Yeah, you're gonna have to take that up with Leo.
No.
We did travel, I'm guessing, halfway around the planet, and we found food. We think, which is where we found the noble, or the noble found us.
Sylvia perks up. She's like, food?
Oh yeah, I'll reach in my bag and I'll take out some of those apples, and then I'll be like, Leaf put the tree in a hat. So, were you trying to get in somebody's head, Sly?
Yeah, I just go into Sylvia's head, and I was like, so, Sylvana, did you do anything with the mushroom?
Says her name
anything with the
correctly, and
mushrooms?
then when he talks to her, says it wrong.
Do anything with that tab mushroom?
Even in her head, she's like, I don't respond to that name.
Sylvia, did you do anything with that mushroom? Did you experiment with it? Did you find anything else about it?
In her head, she just re-echoes. She says, I'm still working on it. It's been a couple of hours.
I don't know how long it's been. I was feeding Bonto mindlessly. Sylvana.
Yeah. So no, she hasn't made any progress with the mushrooms so far. She's barely started work on them. They are interesting. You can see like in her thoughts that she's going through that. By the way, you just used one charge. You missed that last session. Charges are now a thing. Whenever you're using your abilities, you have a limited number of uses. Depending on what you're trying to do determines the number of charges used. You have a total number of charges that is equal to your intelligence plus your willpower.
And is that per session or if we're in a fight?
Per session. Unless you like rest up or heal or whatever.
So does that count as a charge?
Yeah, every time you do anything stupid, it's going to count as a charge now.
Damn it, dicks.
Basically, that means for me though is anything I do, anytime I want to do something, I cost charges. And if I want to shoot my rifle, it costs a charge.
Yep.
Yeah.
You have to use your powers to shoot your rifle?
Yep.
I have a psionic weapon that Annika made.
It consumes energy.
They don't have bullets. They have energy bullets.
Mine bullets.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yep. So, that is where you guys are. You're standing around, talking about your new toys.
I hand her one of the fruit things.
Okay. She takes it and she looks at it. She's like, before you let anybody eat any of this, I'm going to have to make sure that it's not poisonous.
That's why I brought it to you first.
So,
Just let Sly try it.
I'll go see if Mr. Milo will take a bite.
Just give it to Bonto.
He's got a strong
Wait, what?
constitution.
Are you sure about that? I am the doctor here.
It just seems like a quick way to get this figured out. I don't think we need him much.
I mean, it's still against our oath to like kill people
Well, it's not on purpose.
I'm a
or
botanist.
recklessly endanger them.
I'm a botanist. I didn't take the
He won't
Hippocratic Oath.
die. If it's bad, he'll vomit it up. It's fine.
Yeah, basically, if he vomits it, that means it'll kill anybody else. So we're fine.
Can we just bring him here for it, or bring me? The
I'll run
alcohol?
some tests.
Okay.
It was a joke, Annika.
Okay.
And so she gets
I don't.
she gets
To be
poking
fair,
at that.
I don't know
and-
what is and isn't.
Visual disappointment goes across Leo's
Oh my gosh.
face. Like, oh.
I lost everything you just said, Annika, but that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, nobody cares what Annika says.
No, just the
I see
Twitch,
how
the
it
Twitch app. They discontinued the Twitch
Yeah.
Twitch on like web browser version, so now I have to use the app, and the app is garbage. So, anyways, Yeah. So she takes the fruit and she slices off a sliver, puts it on a plate, and just starts observing it. That'll take some time.
So when you say we're at the barracks, we're back at like base, like where everybody else is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what Hex has been calling it, is the barracks. I call it
barracks,
the
okay.
atrium. That's what it
Yeah, the
was when
atrium,
it was part of the
yeah.
ship.
I thought it was. I don't think it was the barracks. I thought it was something else. Like
No,
the
he's been calling it bulwark, maybe.
bulwark. Yeah.
He's been
Bulwark.
calling it a bunch of different stuff.
All right. Well, so do you guys need to rest up or anything? Because I mean, I've literally been doing nothing but running around mindlessly. So
Okay. Looks up at you with like this like, are you shitting me? Like,
I mean, it looks like you went through the meat grinder a little bit, but
I mean,
Yeah,
I'm feeling
she's
pretty
got like
good,
this
but I'm not
big,
gonna
huge
say that.
acid burn in the middle of her chest, like through her armor.
Yeah.
I mean, wish I would have been there, guys. Really do fight, big creepy brains. But
Just
He
if we.
wasn't that big.
I mean, he wasn't,
slender.
and
but-
it all happened really fast, and you have to remember to
Would
burn them immediately. Burn them immediately.
okay.
We do.
Would I know like what if psionic connection, or would I have known like his name, the specific noble's name, whenever he got into my brain? Like, would I be
No,
able
no,
to
no,
tell?
no, 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 no. You
Okay,
just
so
got this
I-
terrifying.
I would have that they killed the one that originally with me.
You know what? Make me an intelligence willpower check.
That's gonna be bad.
I was gonna say we can pretend that it was that one. They all look the same to me.
That's not too bad.
You're like, was it him? And you just feel this like scratch at the back of your brain that's like, no, you feel him. He's still alive. That bastard is still alive somewhere. And he's still coming for you. You just know it in your bones.
But yeah, no, I could do for a couple hours, rest. Just fought a noble. We won, but we still just fought a noble.
All right. Well, you guys have a nice little nappy poo. Nice little nappy poo.
Okay. Did you want to take any restorative stuff or anything before you went to sleep, or are you just gonna do normal rest recovery?
Well, so what? Normal recovery is just like 2 wounds.
Yeah,
or
it's like
something,
2
right?
wounds, yeah, for a full night's rest.
I definitely need way more than that.
Way more than that.
If I'm gonna do anything this session.
Okay.
I'm like
And
one
so
hit
Hex,
away from
yeah,
dead,
Hex
so...
looks over at you, and he's just like, I got this. And so he touches you, and you feel a transfer of energy. And then you see him focus, and roll a d10.
Or
Okay, so that's 10 HP you just recovered.
okay.
And I will go ahead and take those charges off of his sheet later.
All right. Well, that takes me down to 6 wounds.
While they're sleeping and stuff, I'm gonna try and talk to Badass McGee. Or not trying. I'm going to talk to Badass McGee.
I was like, before resting, do we have like our own at this point, or
Your
we
own
just,
like quarters or whatever.
Yeah.
You could go find one if you want. You guys never actually established them. You've never sat
I know,
still
that's what I
long
was
enough
like,
in this place. Like you've barely slept for like the past week. Like
But we know a lot of the rooms are empty, and like we've kind of like we hung out in one of them recently. Like that's where we took shelter.
In that case,
Right.
So like
yeah.
you guys
I'm
could
gonna go
claim
find
that
Just
one
room.
pick
of
one.
those. Yeah, I'm just gonna go find one of those empty ones to rest in.
Yeah. Okay.
Once I'm
yeah.
separated,
Roll a d20.
I want to take one of them. Oh, what D20?
Yeah. Okay, you walk into like three rooms that have people in them, and you're like, oh, sorry. Like before you find one that's just completely empty, you just like poke your head in, and you're like, anybody home? And then there's like people like
Mental
sitting
note:
there eating
occupied,
food.
occupied, occupied, empty.
Yeah, so you find one like down on the bottom level. near the end, closer to where the armory is, and and you situate yourself down. Roll for niceness. D100.
Niceness. The skill of how nice you are.
It is a okay room. It's not supremely
Yeah, I was like,
damaged. It doesn't have any like cool like furnishings or anything like that. Just like a cot, a little desk.
That's fine. That's all I
wardrobe.
really need.
Yeah, and like a little small like computer setup.
Okay, so once I got there, before resting, I want to do a precognition attempt on eating a gray mushroom.
Eating a gray mushroom?
Yeah, the ones I got.
Oh,
from
the ones you.
base of
Yeah,
the
you didn't even
flower.
give that to her, did you? You just.
No.
No, okay. Do a precognition check. It's gonna take
You got your own
20
mushrooms?
a 24. Okay. You eat the mushroom. You see yourself eating the mushroom, and then there's like this huge haze, and then the next thing you know, you have this intense feeling of death.
Did I actually eat it, or am I like sensing that through the actual check?
You precog yourself.
Oh, okay.
Like if you had eaten that, you're gonna die.
Okay. And I don't. How many charges would that typically take?
That was 2 charges. For specified future sight.
Okay. I just kind of was like, I'm about to rest. I might as well try it and see what it does. But okay, I'm gonna not eat that and put it back in the package. Be like, right.
Yeah. So you guys go to sleep.
Yeah,
You
Annika will
recover
just ask
2 wounds and all stun.
Sylvia.
And you also
Yeah,
recover
I'll just ask
your
like where
energy.
the nearest place is. I don't want to be too far from the med bay.
And then I try to talk to Badass McGee real quick.
All right.
Oh, McGee.
Yes, Sly.
Want to get a better understanding of what or who or what we or you are. Are you connected to the like noble mainframe, so to say?
I have absolutely
you
no
your
idea what
own
you're talking
entity?
about. Like I literally started existing a few days ago. I know I'm smarter than you. I know I'm faster than you. I know I'm stronger than you. I know that you think about dicks an awful lot.
Yeah. Not that I think about them. I just think they're funny to get other people to think about them.
I know every single person in your group is a bunch of little bitches. And I could kill
Hey.
every single one of them.
Something we can agree on. Thank you.
I could kill them all so fast, and it would be a lot of fun.
Well, I mean, hold your horses, because I feel like you've tried to, and you've gotten restrained by a medical bed.
Well, there's
like 3
this
times.
thing that's wrapped around me, and it's restricting me. If I could go full strength without this thing, I could tear through that in an instant.
Well, then, good thing you're there and I'm here. And that's there. But so you have no,
Beats
you
me.
don't even know what you are?
Beats me at all. I know that I can feel things, and I know that I hate you quite a bit.
Okay.
But I like having fun.
I hate you
You've helped me fight some cool shit so far, so I'm cool with that.
Yeah, that's fun. Because I can still experience it through you. It's pretty fun. It's pretty cool. You gotta teach me how to Hulk out.
Hulk out
Like,
without
right.
me taking control? Good luck.
Oh. Okay. Well, somebody's not gonna have fun tomorrow. All right, so you don't take orders from anything or anybody. Like, there's nothing in the back of your brain that's in the back of my brain that's like, do this, kill them.
If I wasn't caged, I wouldn't take orders from you either.
Okay, good to know. Good to know. Well, you can go back to the depths of my brain, and I will be sure to send about 8 pictures of dicks to you.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Can you make them normal shaped this time? Because what you've been sending me is absolutely terrifying.
Can't make any promises. You know what I'm working with now.
You mean what we're working with? God, I hate my life. All right. So he talks to Badass McGee. I assume you guys just rest through the night. Next day, early morning. You guys don't know where Hex is. But you walk out into the atrium and you see a big ass tree is planted in the middle of the atrium with fruit hanging from the branches.
Can I tell that it's the same tree, or maybe...
Make an intelligence check.
I just want to check whoever else is walking around.
If you would like.
Person, just be like,
no, there are people like looking at it, just like.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna grab whoever's closest. Be like, what is this?
It's a tree. It kind of showed up yesterday. I don't really know what it is.
Oh, I got a 5.
It looks like. Why is there a tree here?
Wait, can I do one to see if the fruit on the tree looks familiar?
Yeah, like, can I at least recognize the fruit? I did pick, like, all of it.
Yes, that's common sense.
Okay, I'm like, wait a minute, I was like, alright.
You know that this is... you,
like,
did
so
Sylvia
familiar.
just plant a tree here already?
Yeah, no, I want to go find Sylvia to, ask that question.
Yeah, but, yeah.
Yeah, so you're like, oh, I'm gonna go see Sylvia. You notice that she's already at the base of the tree, just like freaking the fuck out. She's like just like taking samples, little bark scrapings, and she doesn't know. She's like losing it.
Syl, what's going on?
I thought you were gonna, see if it was edible, not planted.
Yeah, I didn't. This is just here. I have no idea.
What do you mean it's just here?
Well,
When did it happen?
Last night
Overnight?
I came out and it was here. And I don't know where it came from. It's just here.
I mean, but it's the same fruit I brought back from like the other side of the planet.
Yes, it is. Yeah. The fruit is edible, by the way. Highly nutritious.
What does it taste like?
It's hard to explain. It's not a flavor. It's tangy, I guess. A little bitter. And then sweet. It's kind of complex. It's hard to explain. But it is very nutritious. It's more like eating meat. It has lots of protein in it.
I have already taken one off a tree and I'm eating it.
Oh, you're just like... She's like, but don't eat too much because it's very filling and it's also...
I already finished it.
Finished the whole fruit. She's like, okay. Make a vitality or what's it called? Resistance check. Yeah.
This is the first like real food we had like the bacon thing, the welcoming, but if you like sweet stuff or whatever, then
I grab one of the fruits and I like rub it against Bonto to see if he takes to it.
it's not flesh.
I immediately take it off and I eat it.
What am I doing? Resistance? That's 2 vitality checks?
Oh wait,
Yeah.
Eating it means you have to resist it?
Eating the whole thing.
Eat the whole thing.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. This thing's like the size of an eggplant, and she just like scarfed it
Jesus.
Oh, well, I didn't know they were that big. How
Oh, yeah.
did I get 8 of them? I thought they were like peaches.
down. No, they're like the size of an eggplant.
All right.
And so-
Well, Annika eats the whole
And
thing.
Annika eats the whole thing, and you immediately feel like. You have to poop. Like immediately.
Really bad.
You immediately have to
problem.
poop. It was like that episode of Family Guy when Peter ate all the dehydrated food, drank some water, and he's like, I have to poop. Everyone leave. Now!
All right. Well, shit happens.
And for you, it's going to happen a lot today. So,
Okay, danger!
So
Oh,
Annika
crap.
immediately leaves for the next... Oh, I didn't get my dice up. 1 hour.
This is why you need to know how big stuff is before you put it in your mouth.
Well, now.
Okay.
Yes.
I think we're all on the same page there.
None of us just thought the same thought there.
So, in the middle of her pooping, I try and get into her mind. Because I'm concerned.
Nope. Nope. Noah, don't let this happen.
You try to get into her mind.
Yeah, just to like talk, not like mind control.
Make a intelligence willpower against it.
Roll low. Crit fail. 2. Talking to you, Annika.
Intelligence
Resistance.
and willpower.
Yep.
Yeah.
You don't get to use any
he's
sonic bonuses.
concentration on that. I'm gonna give 2 of the gray mushrooms, and just be like, "You might want to look at these. Damn it! Not food."
She's like, okay, I'll add it to my list.
15.
Yeah, she does not. You do not get into her head. You hit a blockade, and you actually feel like you have to poo a little bit too, just from trying to get into her brain.
Right.
He keeps typing Gagnor cat.
No. You gotta get the caps right, or it doesn't work. Yeah. Well, damn. I'll be right back. Freefall and Hex and Savannah.
Enjoy.
Alrighty. So everybody's just pooping. This is where we're at.
Like, all right.
Everybody, thanks for
Good
showing
session,
up.
guys.
This is
Good
the best
session.
session of all time.
Good session. We're all just pooping.
Everybody's pooping.
I'm gonna go. I don't even know. I feel like I should just cram down the fruit and just join the party. But
just like everybody else is pooping. I haven't actually like RP'd that I've pooped since the game started. I probably have to go.
oh man. No,
What
I
was
guess
your
I'll head back
session
to
like? We pooped.
where like.
Actually, you know what? In honor of
and
Zoidi's
whatnot.
poop, you have to sympathy wise. You actually have to poop. So Leo also
Alright.
joins in the fun and goes poop. And there's like no like functional toilets here. Like you guys like haven't really. You've been doing all your business out in the woods up until this point. Like this place doesn't have like a functional toilet system. There are toilets, but like there's no like good way to drain the septic tank because it's like 30 feet underground. So they haven't figured that out yet. So you guys go to the toilets, and it's kind of just like a mess in there. And then you add that to your list of things that you're like, gosh, you know, maybe we should figure out a toilet fixing situation for the atrium as well on our list of things to do.
Yeah.
Maybe they can dig a hole. Doesn't the Garidia have drills on it?
It has laser drills, yeah.
Problem solved.
Yeah, way people poop with bits, yeah. That's the rule. 1 beat equals they have to poop. That's the new rule. Okay.
It just rains bits for the next like hour. You're like, well,
Good session.
One
guys.
bit is 1 penny, Noah.
Yeah, I'll stop every session to make you guys poop because I think that bits equal poop. That's the new rule. Okay. So what do you guys actually want to do? You all leave the bathroom after your represented amount of times. Annika was in there for about an hour, so she's the last one out. And you guys don't really have an objective currently set, so it's really up to you.
I mean, we have more vaults to explore and more nobles to fucking kill, y'all.
yeah, but we seem to be missing a member. He's not. I haven't seen him today.
I'm talking about Hex.
Yeah. Kind
All right,
of
well, we got food.
some. I mean, look up at a tree, just like.
I don't know. I mean, this tree grew overnight.
I mean,
and
you
it's already
just
pretty-
ate enough food for like 10 people.
Again, I thought it was peach-sized.
Not full-blown eggplant.
Um, yeah.
I mean,
Which vault is left? Well, you probably don't want to
There
start
are-
a vault tonight.
There are a lot of small vaults around that you guys know about. That you saw. Like, there were small individual vaults. There were dozens around the planet, but there was one more large vault, and it seemed like it was probably the largest vault. Actually, no. There's another vault. There are 2 more vaults. You guys could go to the third vault if you
should
like.
be 2.
But
Wait, 'cause we
don't 100%
haven't
recommend
been
going to that
the
one.
Schneiders or Moods, right?
Yeah,
Those are the
there's
2 we
2.
haven't been to.
Yeah, those are the 2 majors that we haven't seen. Mine and Moods.
I mean,
Mine and the
if
Hive
we
Mind.
could always go looking for a vault, or we could check the readings and see if any more survivors or ship parts have shown up.
I mean, I don't know. I just have
could.
like a weird. I want to go check out. Even though we know it capsized, I want to go back and check out first vault we went to.
You
See if there
The
was
mountain?
anything there. Yeah, I don't know. Like, see if there's a way to get underneath it, or just like underneath the
Yeah.
rubble, or I feel like there's some things there that.
mountain crushed into a boulder. I don't think we're gonna get under it, but we can go look.
And on the bike, it'll only take a couple minutes. But, I can do the same thing with the people that I did with the food. If there are other survivors, I can just get on that bike and they take us there. If you want to look for other people.
Yeah, we can do that. We just gotta, all of our searching for other people, we need to make sure we don't search and run into other things.
Maybe we can always check the mountain and then maybe look for people. I don't. Either way.
Why the fuck not? Let's go.
All
All
right,
right, let's go to the mountain.
you guys head
Hey,
out
Max,
the
you
door.
want to come with us?
You just like yell in the middle of the place. Max is nowhere to be seen.
Is he still on our? We have comms still.
Yeah, it's like we have come on, sir.
Yeah, he's
Hey,
not on
Max.
your frequency right now.
No.
You guys failed the recall check last time to remember your old frequency.
Oh.
Damn. I don't.
Yeah,
go
you don't.
into-
You don't find his mind
I
either.
mean, we could have just asked somebody by now, like, "Hey, Caldwell, you want to hook us back up with our comm?"
You guys haven't even tried to find Caldwell since you've been
When's
back.
the last time we saw him? When we gave him the power helix?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Do we have anything new to talk to him about?
I mean, you showed him all your new equipment, and he was
Yeah.
looking at the seed. And then he was also looking at the some of the
I
stuff
mean,
you
I
guys
can-
brought back.
It's only
Before we-
been.
Before we
day.
go, there's one thing I'd like to grab. Can I grab the diacom off the general's armor and like attach it somehow so I can use that diacom?
You could try. Make a technical.
I mean, I'm all up for trying.
Yeah.
Mechanical engineering, technical engineering,
Technical
alien armor engineering.
So I've got fabricate device or just regular technical.
This would be technical engineering, just straight up.
How is that armor going? Because Caldwell was supposed to be working on that too. Has he
What?
just been busy with other things, or did he get it working?
Oh yeah, it's. You haven't talked to him about it. You haven't asked him.
All right, well, we should go. find
What was the
Caldwell.
other part you said? So technical plus.
I mean, when you find it, it's just in the armory, just hanging on the wall, like fully repaired, ready to go.
They,
You said intelligence for the other part of it.
Yep.
all right, so I guess while he's going to the armor, we're going to
6.
Caldwell real quick and meeting back up.
You realize that because of the way that the armor that you have is set up and the way that this is set up, like there's no way to power it, like without like
Dang it.
jerry rigging something,
Alright, then,
and
yeah,
you
I'll
can't
just
think of a
leave it
good
for
way to
now.
do
Yeah,
that
I'll
with your
leave it for
current
now, then.
materials. So yeah.
Yeah, so
So,
we'll
we
go
find
find
Caldwell?
Caldwell. Yeah, before we
Yeah.
leave.
Speaking of which, Annika, your power cell on your armor
Armor?
is very low.
Probably, yeah. I think I had an extra, but I gave it to somebody. Let me see if I have another extra.
And quick question: do I still get hungry, being half not me, half me?
You haven't noticed it yet.
Yeah, because I also don't imagine, since the suit is molded to me, that I have a way of relieving myself anymore.
No, you pooped.
Oh yeah, that is true. I did poop.
And the poop that you pooped like had like little crackling green energy bits in it.
Ooh,
It's like
energy
it was
poop.
radioactive feces.
I have radioactive poop.
Great.
How the
I'd
colony
say you
diet,
should see a
radioactive
doctor
poop.
about that, but no, thank you. So yeah, I do have an extra battery pack. So as soon as mine like is definitely done, I'll just switch it up, and you know. But yeah, we're gonna go see Caldwell, and well, we have to find him first. So I'll check the med bay.
All right. Let's just say you go looking for Caldwell. The place is not that big. You eventually find
Okay.
him sitting in the office up top, where
the jerkwad's office.
yes,
Yeah,
also
Whatever
Owen
his name was.
Wilson's. Owen Wilson.
Owen Wilson.
Owen Wilson, yeah.
Olson's office. Yeah, so you step in and he's sitting behind the desk. The entire place, again, looks really cleaned out, looks very nice, and he fully refurbished it. There's like a little fish tank, and there's no fish in it, but it has been refilled with water and is no longer broken. What can I do for you, Annika?
Well,
Oh yeah, hi Caldwell.
we were wondering if you had any new information on any of the tidbits you've been working on, the seed or anything else.
Well,
We
the
were getting ready
seed
to head back out.
itself, I haven't figured out anything for it. As far as I can tell, it is some form of technology, but it is far beyond me. There is no interface like there is with the ring. It is a unique creation, I believe, that belongs to the one that created us, more or less. I'm not sure exactly what its purpose is, but I'm sure it's better used in your hands than mine. What I can tell is that it gives off a lot of energy.
I'm just like, are you just saying that because I'm a woman? Like, why you gotta give? Never mind.
I'm not. I
Never mind.
literally have no idea what you're talking about.
All right. Well, is he like offering it back or what?
It's like sitting on his desk, just like hovering in the corner, like a little desk ornament.
Well, I don't know what you expect me to do with it or what it expects me to do with it, and
You're welcome to leave it here. I'm sure we'll find a use for it at some point. But
Have you tried throwing it?
Well-
I have not tried throwing it. It seems like a very delicate instrument, and I'm not 100% convinced, based on the amount of energy that it has in it, it wouldn't just explode.
Leith.
She's like spinning around you.
You knew what I was supposed to do with the orb thing. Do you know anything about the seed?
She turns into a fox with a little top hat on her head, and she sniffs the seed, and then she looks at you with a quirked head, and then she jumps onto your shoulder and she just puts a paw on your head.
Well, that was cute.
Very-
Bonto, can you pet me on the head?
You asked Bonto to pet you on the head? Okay.
I'm dead.
You feel a huge sense of dread and chill as out from underneath the cloak, a giant appendage comes out and goes tap, tap on top of your head. You can tell just by looking, it is one finger, and it is almost the size of your entire body. And it just reaches out and goes tap,
man.
tap. And you take one wound.
Thanks, Bonto!
I half expected you to like open his mouth and just like start to gnaw on like his head, just like ah.
No, that would have been bad. That would have been really bad. That would have been no more head for Sly. Bonto is
Would have been
gigantic.
really
Rose.
funny though.
Yeah, Bonto is gigantic. You saw his finger come out, and it's just like, and it like
I'd
rattles
pet
your
the
brain.
cape.
You
I'd
pet
pet the cape back.
You have a terrible headache right now.
So,
So
quick
I was-
question, Caldwell. Those little time chamber, sleep chamber things. First of all, since we have this power source, have you been able to connect it and everything? Free these 150 or 50 or whatever people by now? And now that we have food.
prioritized using the power helix that you brought back for our defenses.
Can we have another power
you guys
helix?
did bring back another power helix.
Yeah.
I said retroactively that you had one from the vault of
Yeah.
but you didn't give that to him. So
Oh, who has that?
probably
Mood. Fucking Mood.
I didn't ask
Oh.
for it. I
But
asked-
but
I
by
got armor,
default
that's what
you
I-
have it. Like
Okay.
You got it.
I mean, in that case, it'd be like, I'll give it Caldwell then. Like, we got another one of these
oh, fantastic.
through the series of tests.
Well, you could
I
have given
don't
it to
even know
me
what to do
sooner,
with it
but
right now.
I'll take it straight to engineering and we'll get this thing up and running. We can start waking people up as soon as possible. Again, food will be a
And,
problem, but
Well, I mean, hopefully that tree can solve it. It grew in one day, and it.
tree?
Oh, you don't know. You don't know something,
to, like, the
Caldwell.
window,
It's
like-
beautiful. Man, look out the window. I don't know how long you've been cooped up here.
Yeah, he looks out the window and
You
he's
need some
like,
fresh air, buddy.
"When did you plant a tree?"
We didn't plant the tree.
Apparently
It was there
showed
when we
up
got back.
last night sometime.
Well, that's beyond interesting, but I'm never surprised anymore.
Leaf put one into a hat.
Yeah, Leaf is a little fox. Just looks really happy. She's just like,
I did good. Second thing about those little chambers. How durable do you think they are? Like they survived a crash, so do you think
they're
could
surprisingly
serve to-
durable, but bulletproof, that sort of thing.
How about impact? Impact proof.
Well, yes, they're designed to survive a crash onto a planet, assuming that we needed to touch down and couldn't touch down safely. That is our entire civilization with the people we were trying to protect. But assuming that they were to land directly against the planet without being encased in, say, the atrium like we are now, they would most definitely be destroyed.
Okay. Side note, GM. If I recall, whenever I had my flashes, whenever everybody was dealing with their own personal at one vault, you said I saw the people under the mountain, that they were there, right?
Mm. And then they
I
got
just want-
sucked up into the mountain.
Yeah, sucked up, but I don't know what happened to them.
They're condensed and compressed inside of a boulder that was once a mountain.
Well, we have new gadgets and gizmos that might be able to fix that. Who knows? But
They're
so
they're
back.
atoms now.
Oh, so they're 100% dead,
They're
and I would know they're 100% dead.
so dead, dude. So dead.
Currently.
I still want to visit the damn thing, anyways. So, all right. So, it kind of impact proof. I really like if they were already stationary and something hit them, they'd be okay. Usually,
It depends on what hit them, Sly.
I don't know what hit them, but or what theoretically if something got hit. I was just curious, just asking.
Fantastic.
For a friend.
Well, I'm going to go check out that tree and speak with Sylvia. You all do whatever it is you do.
What about that armor you were working on?
It's finished.
Can one of us use it?
It's been finished. Sure, go for it. It's down in the armory.
Okay.
And which armor was this? This was the general's armor
Mm-hmm.
that he
Yeah,
was
so
making
that-
to where we can.
Okay, so Hex is mine. Leo's in Milo's, and then
Leo's in
and then it's
Varsala's
just
armor. It's-
Yeah, Leo's and Vasalu's, like the big
right,
armor.
right,
Yeah,
which
but-
was
yeah,
meant
yeah.
for Milo.
Mhm.
So that leaves Schneider, you're still wearing your. Well, you have.
He's glued to his.
Yeah,
I'm
you're.
glued to mine, but I can have an exterior now armor.
And if you like Hulk out, you get bonuses and stuff.
Yeah.
So really, I'm the only one with my normal, regular armor still.
Yeah.
And how is the general's armor different from the one I'm currently wearing?
Probably soak.
Yeah.
Soak and
Higher wound soak and slightly higher strength. Other bonuses are the same. Like, you don't really know everything that it does because you have no idea.
Because none of us are generals.
And none of you have put it on.
So, for now, our options are either I put that on and my armor becomes a spare, or Leo puts it on and gives his armor to Sly, so that Sly can use it.
I'm comfortable.
All right, so Annika goes down to the armory and swaps out her armor for the general's armor.
Okay, that's +1.
Which it still contains a diacom, right?
Yeah, better diacom. It's
Okay.
plus 1 step to intelligence, +1 step to alertness, +2 step to strength, and +1 step to agility.
Wait. Intelligence and alertness, I already had those. What was the other one?
+1
Plus
step
one to
to agility and +2 to strength.
2 to strength. Shit. And 1 to agility. Damn! That's some good shit.
Yep,
compared
6
to what I
wound
was
soak.
using. And 6 wind soak, okay. And hang on. Oh my god, all of my numbers just changed. 6 wind soak, and then what is the overclock? Do I know that? Do I have to use it
You
to
do
find
not
out?
know what the overclock is. Woohoo!
Where is my armor? Oh, okay, here we go. So yeah, I'll just leave my armor in the armory as a spare suit.
Cool.
So it has a diacom and anything else? Is that it?
Yep.
Okay.
It's got a commander's diacom, which allows you to shut down other armors that you have
That's right.
authority over.
That none of us are wearing.
That nobody's wearing anymore.
Armor with a power. Armor with power.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, so I put that on. I gear up, get my shit together. Got my fox buddy with me. Is she still a fox or is she a blanket now?
She's a blanket with a top hat.
And let's roll out, guys.
Yeah.
Alright.
She like wraps around your neck as a scarf, and the top hat's sitting on your head.
I'm wearing
you
the
look,
top hat
you,
now?
yeah, you look super dapper, and you're basically like
My
in this
general's
badass general's armor, and then you've got a scar, like a purple
top
scarf
hat
around
and
your
a
head
scarf
and a top hat.
blowing in the wind.
Yeah.
You know, if you wore a bonnet, you
and
could
my
probably look
6
like a
foot
jacket.
psionic shotgun. This game is ridiculous. All right.
You're
So
not wrong.
I walk outside. I pull the motorcycle out of my backpack. I throw it on the ground.
Capsule Corp.
Yeah, anybody just tuning in, this game is ridiculous. Yeah, Capsule Corp. You take out your Capsule Corp 3-seater motorcycle, and it's all lit up and
It
ready to go.
expands, and I hop on, and I wait for them to join me.
Alright, hop on.
Before I hop on, I'm just gonna look over the bike once for Acme. Not seeing it, then I'll get on the bike.
Okay. Yeah, it's not on there, so yeah. Yeah, you hop onto the bike, and you
I
put your
go
fingers
about
into the little grooves, and where are you going?
The mountain crater where we first made camp.
That is not that far, so you were there in about 5 seconds.
Do we get like whiplash? You know.
No, the second that it starts moving, like it's just
Yeah.
like smooth acceleration, and then suddenly you're going very, very fast. Well, no, you don't even feel wind.
Cool. So, what does this crater look like? As we drive.
It looks like a
back to it,
big frickin' crater.
I figured. but,
And then
you
in
know.
the middle of the crater, there is what looks like, from this distance, the size of a golf ball just sitting in the middle of the crater.
I'll
Well,
take us
do you
down
guys
to
want to
investigate that.
venture down? Yeah, let's go.
Figure I
Okay.
can just guide the bike right down.
Yeah,
here.
you just like guide the bike down. As you get closer, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and once you get to the boulder itself, you can tell that it is probably about 80 feet across.
About what across?
80 feet across in diameter. It's a big boulder, and it is like pitch black.
The boulder's pitch black.
Yeah.
Knock, knock, knock.
First,
Just
yeah.
tap on
First, I put my hand on it. Just put my hand on it. Anything happen? Do I feel anything? Is there?
You feel that there is a lot of energy in it.
Okay. I open up my mind to see if I receive any sort of anything, any
No.
remnants of.
No.
Nothing?
You get mental whiplash when you try to do that.
All right.
It's a very large rock.
Well,
Well, do we have any theories on how to uncompact the compacted?
I'm going to try to jump into the psionic plane and talk to Fishtail.
Okay. Make a roll.
Oops.
I mean, we could accidentally maybe unmount and crush it. No guarantees though.
Well, how about we propose an idea to you, and then you use your voodoo juju and
you rolled a 24 trying to jump into the psionic plane.
2 maxes.
Annika disappears.
Holy shit!
Okay, bye.
Every fault. What happened? What?
I don't know.
I took my eyes off her for 1 second to touch this rock.
Yeah.
Don't touch rocks!
And then she disappeared.
It's my fault.
The bike's still here. I don't think she'd leave that.
So
you know.
you open your eyes when you try to jump into the psionic plane to go talk to Vishtiel, and you find yourself standing next to 2 glowing beings. One of them is this burning green color, and the other one is a vibrant blue color. And you look, there's this boulder-like object in front of you, the same where the boulder was, but it is just radiating with purple energy. Basically, it's Mardi Gras up in this bitch. There's
what?
just no yellow. It's Mardi Gras up in this bitch. There's just no yellow.
Okay.
I was like, purple? Where'd the purple come from?
And you look around, everything looks like it is a mixture of just like cool color hues everywhere. It's like whenever you were on the mushrooms, but you can like feel the energy around you. It's palpable.
Well, this is new.
You have actually stepped onto the higher plane.
I'm just gonna like, do I recognize the figures in front of me? Is one of them Vishtiel?
The figures are just the shapes of bodies with energy. You can see in the center of the green one there is white energy caged around a core.
One of them is Sly, and one of them is Leo, and
The big purple energy is the ball.
yeah. This. Okay. I'm gonna step forward and touch the orb.
You step forward and touch the orb, and there's another hand also touching the orb. And you look to your right, and there is a young girl standing next to you. She is wearing a top hat.
Oh.
Leaf?
You can see that she has a bushy tail. With several bushy tails. And she says, "Hi."
Hi. Is this you? Really you?
Yeah.
I have no idea what you just did, Noah. I can't see you.
She said, "Yeah."
Oh, okay. Um, okay. I don't really know what to do with all of this. There's kind of a lot going on right now.
You guys are just standing there, and there is nothing to be seen. But you do see that there's fabric hovering next to the boulder with a top hat on the top.
Well, Leaf seems interested in something.
Lee seems
How-
interested in everything.
I take off Bonto and I like hold him towards the purple thing, or the
You
rock.
hold Bonto towards the rock.
Yes.
Are you trying? I thought he was fuller.
I'm just like I just grab him as a cape and I'm just like, hey Bonto, what do you see, buddy?
You see, I forgot Bonto was there. You look to your left, and you are terrified.
Me, I
Yes.
assume.
You are
You see the
absolutely
true
'Cause I-
terrified.
yes.
You see
You
towering
see true
above you
form.
this shadowy figure, and you see the purple energy sort of place it out. It was just like a shadow, and then it gets huge, and you see it just looks at this thing, and it picks up the boulder in its hand, and it reaches up to its mouth, and it takes a bite.
Of course.
You guys see the boulder just lift up into the sky, and a chunk comes out of it.
Sly, put Bonto away, please.
You put Bonto back on? Everybody make a dodge check.
There is no right answer with Bonto Sly. Just leave it alone. And he doesn't exist.
Well, he should be
Old
well
Gagnon
fed
forgets
now.
about him.
Is agility the other half of dodge?
Almost perfect.
Yes.
Ooh.
Agility and dodge.
It was almost perfect.
I was trying to talk to Leaf for the first time.
Well, you can still talk to Leaf.
Assuming
I
Leaf's
think the
not
dodge is
underneath
more
the
me and
boulder.
Leo.
Who
I feel like the
dodged?
dodge is more me and Leo.
Okay.
Well, but I'm there with it. Like I can
is
see
this
the
your
real
guys'
thing.
dodge rolls?
Yeah.
Okay, you all managed to get out of the way of the giant freaking boulder that falls from the sky that has the density of a fucking mountain. So it doesn't directly
Create
crush any of
another
you.
crater within the
But
crater.
once it hits the ground, it makes a hole, and sand and dirt just flies up and rock, and you guys are just thrown back by a sonic boom. Annika, you open your eyes, you're back in the regular plane again.
God damn it! So Annika just like she gets up, she curses, she looks around. What the fuck just happened?
Yeah, you all
Annika!
take, and,
Oh,
you,
you're back!
and you all take 6 stun damage, just straight up stun damage. Because, oh my god. Mercy just let you guys survive that, because otherwise you... Okay, game over. You all got crushed by a fucking mountain.
The one we narrowly escaped in episode 3.
Yep.
Yeah.
Don't worry,
Everything
there's still
comes
time.
back.
There is still time for this mountain to kill us.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Well, hey, Bonto, you full, buddy?
Right. Maybe
Sly,
we
what-
don't. Maybe we don't. Hold Bonto at things. Maybe we
Well-
just, maybe you hold Bonto at nobles.
I'm not bringing you with me anymore. That's it. I'm done.
Bringing
I
me
was talking
where?
to Leaf. I was on a new plane. I could
Like we
see
were supposed to
new
know that?
shit.
You just disappeared. And I saw Leaf crow little fabricing over the boulder, so I was like, maybe Bonto wants to fabric over the boulder. Because fabric is the verb.
That boulder had like living energy in it, and
It still does, I'm sure,
Your-
just half.
pet monster just took a huge chunk out of it.
It's not my pet monster, it's our pet monster.
It's your pet monster.
Yeah, back, look, like, the crater, like, you can see, like, it went even deeper where it fell in, like, just basically a pit where it landed on the ground. Didn't go straight through the earth or anything, but it's probably about like a good couple 100 feet down. You do see that after the dust settles, there are pieces of black material surrounding the crater where it fell in.
I could try to fix it, but I'm not sure that's gonna be a good idea.
Go back in time.
I mean, maybe.
See, if you go back in time, do
think
we not
should
remember?
maybe just
No,
leave it
no,
alone until we can
not-
actually talk to somebody that knows what the mechanism
Nobody
was.
knows what Bonto is.
Regardless,
nobody
talking
we just go
about
back in
Bonto.
time. Ponto's just hungry.
Well, he should be fed now. For weeks.
Should we bother looking for survivors, or are we just gonna kill them too?
I mean,
You act like we killed something, and it's a we. Bonto ate a half a boulder that I know of. Nobody died.
I mean, it's a rock. You said there's like chips of it around also.
There are chips of it around.
I want to like try to pick up a chip, just kind of to inspect it.
Okay. You look for the smallest
I
chip
know
you
it-
can
I know
find
it's a-
and make a strength check.
Yeah, like
Oh yeah, it's very, very, very compact.
yeah.
One pebble, 300 pounds.
You rolled a 14 for a burst of strength.
Oh, burst of strength.
Yeah.
Okay, let me do that.
26. You're able to pick it up. It is very, 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 very heavy. Like even you can feel the armor itself like creaking as it holds this in your hand. It is
You
a
want
pebble.
to take a piece home with you, Sly?
If you could barely pick it up and you have the super suit, I don't think I can be holding it. But maybe I could chip off a piece of it with my super sword.
I'm not sure that sword's gonna be able to cut this.
Yeah, me neither. It might be out of a sword.
I mean, it'd be great to find something to do with this. You know, just kind of like
I have an
straightening it,
idea.
hold it in my hand.
Have an idea. Put it on the backside of Bonto and see if the cape actually will hold it. Because he's he's a separate strength than me entirely. It's
Feel
either
like
he
you just
eats
eat
it, it's either he eats it or it holds on the back of the cape.
I'd rather he not eat any more of it.
But you can always pick up another piece.
Easy for you to say.
Alright, well, I mean, if you feel like you can carry it the whole way in case we run into something.
Yeah. Leith hovers over to you and extends the hat.
I will just like let it tilt off and just fall into the hat.
It falls into the hat. The hat's just sort of hovering there. It goes in. There is no reaction in the hat.
Thanks, Leap. Where'd it go?
She forms a big old question mark.
It's just a bag of holding.
All right. Maybe we
Leap.
can get it out later.
Are you in any way connected or no, Bonto?
She sort of like shrinks back.
You don't have to answer, Sly. I'm like gonna give you a little bit of a glare, and I'm gonna like walk over to Leith and extend my hand, like we're gonna hold hands, even though it's a blanket.
Yeah.
And then like I'm just gonna walk away back to the bike, like.
Well, let me, I guess, try and do a mental scan if there's any life around, any survivors here. Way of doing that, I'd appreciate it in case I can't succeed in mine.
Not in my current way to really
Well,
do
get
it.
on the bike with me.
All right, what are you trying to do?
I just kind of like open up my mind and see if I hear like any sort of mental anything, like life of any sort
No,
in the area, not
you
just
don't hear
isolated.
anything at all. But every time you do that, it does cost you a charge. So keep track of those.
Yeah, I've done like 5.
Yeah, I think it's 5.
So, was there anything else we were looking for here? Just seeing a crushed mountain and then dropping it further into the ground.
Well, I mean, not that I really care, because, you know, I don't, but one of my visions, memory tormented, was a vision of about 100 survivors under the mountain, like, of hour under the mountain before it capsized. So I have no idea.
When we were in that first vault.
When we were in that vault and everybody had to deal with their own like whatever. Yeah, I saw that to be true.
So
he brings up a good question though.
What?
Like, regardless of the survivors, is all of the vaults appear to be ships, right?
Yes.
Could we remove that entire ship? That'd keep the mountain from being crushed. Never mind.
They told us that moving them would cause the entire planet to collapse.
But this one
Right,
technically
but
moved.
it's crushed. Anything that existed inside of it is smashed into non-existence.
What I wanted to ask Vistiel when I went to the plane that Sly
Bonto.
kicked me out of.
Bonto.
Let's finish what we came out here to do, and we'll try to talk to them when we get back and learn more about what this defense system is that they've got, and if there's anything that can be done for whatever might have been trapped inside, although I seriously doubt it now that half of it's been eaten.
Well, you know what? Maybe he digests it and it decomposes and compresses into something not what it was. So it could be a good thing in disguise. We don't know.
There's a chance.
Does Bonto poop?
He just gets
Possibly.
bigger. He just eats things and gets bigger.
Bonto does not.
Bonto poop.
There's a very
Bonto
small
does.
chance that we might be able to visit it before it imploded.
And
Go back in the ship about 4 months and
But
the past us avoid them. And
as far as we really understand the ship. It just kind of does its thing with time.
yeah.
And yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think we need a better handle on how all of that works and how to control it before we... I just don't want to go through what we did last time again,
Yeah.
or worse, get stuck like 4 years in the past and... Anyway,
Well,
It's less likely to happen. I've
practice
flown
makes
the ship
perfect.
twice now. Third time's a charm. I hope-
Would you guys think any other survivors would have comms already attached?
I doubt
I-
it.
yeah, I mean, if they were with range, that would have come up already.
I mean,
But-
maybe they're just not on the right channel, or we weren't on
No,
the right
if
channel.
you just get on this bike with me, I can think about survivors, and the bike will take me to them if there are any.
All right. Make sure you
Not
think
worth a
specifically
shot.
of survivors of the ship of
I am
Prophet
very
Gaia.
well aware of that. I will also think of survivors that are not in the atmosphere
that we
above us.
already know. Oh, yeah, that wouldn't be.
I don't think the.
I
You
don't
know what?
think-
I'm not going to make an assumption. I'm just going to assume that we're not going to go into orbit.
Yep. All right, let's get on the bike. Get on the bike.
No, we can't hear you.
Sorry, what are you specifically thinking of?
I get on the bike and I think of living
So-
people from the Prophet that have not been infected with the alien goo that are in an environment that I can survive in.
Okay, no,
That aren't
no,
in the
no, you
atrium.
don't, because you're gonna have a really hard time like keeping that focus. So keep it like, you know, 5
Prophet of
words.
Gaia survivors,
Prophet of Gaia survivors
not
that are
already
not
found.
aliens.
Okay, so you're thinking about the ship. You're
I'm
thinking
thinking about the people on the ship.
Yeah. Because it's like more images than like wishing
Right.
for a
So
genie
like I'm
bottle.
picturing like generic soldiers from the Prophet of Gaia that are very definitely human, not aliens. Like on the ground somewhere.
Okay. Roll a d100.
Hmm. 84.
50.
50.
Mm,
Right on the dot.
Roll it again.
65.
65. Roll it again.
Oh Lord,
57.
Okay.
this does not bode well.
Well, that automatically makes it go in that direction then. Okay. You guys hop on the bike. The bike starts to slowly take off. And you guys are moving at incredible speed. And we take our break. Okay, we're back. Again, not all of us, but we're back. So, you guys take off through, for what seems to be quite a while. And you feel yourself like take a sharp turn at some point, and now you realize you're heading down.
Like, yeah, okay.
Down. Underneath the earth.
Like into the earth?
Into the earth.
Yep. Okay. Or into the planet.
You find yourselves zipping through tunnel works as the bike slows to a speed that it can manage these turns. And suddenly you stop. And you're standing in front of a door.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, Leo is nowhere to be seen.
So, has anybody ever not made one of your bike trips before?
No.
Cool.
Maybe he's doing one of his things, or maybe he jumped onto the plane that I visited.
All right. Well,
Should I,
we're at a door.
I mean, should I think about Leo and see if it takes us to him?
Well, let me see if. Well, he's on our comms. We're all at least on the same comms, so.
They're short range comms.
We can still check, like,
Yeah.
are you in the area? Did
Hey,
you fall off the
Leo.
bike?
You don't get anything back.
I mean, in character, Annika would want to know what happened to him.
Yeah,
but,
you can try to
out of
figure it out.
character, we know.
You can still try to figure it out.
Can you sense him? Can you find?
Let me see.
You do not sense any mental presence from him.
No, I can't. I'm not picking up on anything at all. Well, I mean, if anything, you know what this door looks like. You can go imagine Leo and go there, and I can explore the door. If it's Protean, then no.
Splitting all of us up. This is what we came here for.
Well, I mean, if it's Protean, then I have my dudes. You know what I'm saying? My homies.
But we don't
They'll
know
be
what's
here
on
with
the
me.
other side. And if your homie happens to get out, I want to be here.
Oh, that homie. Yeah. Well, he only comes out when I let him out, unless I go unconscious.
So I'm gonna put the bike
Which is-
away. Just make it shrink and then stick it back in my bag.
Mhm.
And then approach the door.
Okay, this door is a large black metal door. The design work on it is just continuous chevrons.
Does it look protean or does it look like a ship?
It doesn't look protean. It doesn't look like a ship. It just looks like a door with black metal.
Well, we want to knock.
Do I see, like, is there some kind of, do I see like a way to open it? Like
Yeah.
push, pull?
Yeah, there's like a, like literally you could just like twist the knob and push or pull. You're not sure which?
I will attempt that.
Okay. Make a strength check.
With my new strength.
Burst of strength check.
I have so much strength now. 6.
And you rolled a 6. All right. You can't really move the door. It sort of creaks a little bit. You can tell that around the edges, it's just kind of stuck because it's been here a while.
I help push as well.
Okay. 8. Yeah, door's not really budging.
I will knock on it.
You knock on the door, there's just like a boom, 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 and then like a metallic echo as the noise just like flies back through the tunnel works around you. There's no response.
Have I personally figured out a way how to Hulk out?
You haven't really tried to just Hulk out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, so I wouldn't even know how to begin to Hulk out on my own.
Nope.
Okay.
Like you.
I go.
You're familiar with the feeling of hulking out.
Yeah. Well,
So
Annika.
You can try if you want. Like I'll give you a roll for it.
All right, what's the roll for it?
Double willpower.
Lovely. That actually wasn't
12? Okay. You get 5 seconds with his stats.
Alright, so now I push on the door. And so what is it, plus 2-step or 4-step?
It's 2-step.
Right?
It's plus 2 steps all.
Okay.
Each of his stats.
Yeah, I still get an 8.
Yeah, that's pretty bad, man. You see his he's pushing it and you see his arms just and he tries to push it and you see he just kind of stumbles and misses as he tries to push it and he's like, whew.
Sorry, they're new.
It's because you do things nimbly. Tried to nimbly open the door with those big ass arms.
Well,
I think the only thing I can try
send my
is to
mind out.
shoot it.
Or
Okay,
I
do
can.
that.
All right, damn.
See if you can find someone on the other side.
Tent number
to open
7. So I shoot my mind at the other side of the door.
You leave your body? Your mind leaves your body?
No, don't leave my body. Like, I just kind of send, again, try and pick up mental airwaves.
So you're trying to do sensory scry?
Yeah.
Specifically sensory scry? Because that
Yeah,
means
just
seeing through the eyes of others.
Oh, no. No, I literally just want to sense.
Unless you exit your body and become like an incorporeal, you can't just like sense what's on the other side of the door. There has to be something to see through. Somebody's eyes to see through, a presence on the other side to see through, but you can try it if you want, and that's what you did.
Okay, then yeah, sure, that's what I did.
You see black, and then you
Like
open
darkness,
and then you open your eyes, and you see green. This does not look like the familiar green that you're used to. You see liquid all around you, and you feel cold.
But I don't. Okay, so I don't sense living stuff or people or things. I just.
You are inside something or someone.
I'm inside, and it's green but liquidy green.
It's like a lime green as opposed to like this
Like the
crackling,
dark, deep emerald green.
Yeah, this crackling emerald green. This is just like, happens to be green light. Almost
So
has a yellowish hue to it.
So if I'm inside, if I'm seeing through the eyes of this thing, I go, like I speak and say, hello?
That's what you say is.
Any response?
No, there's no response. I'm gonna go grab my coals.
Not even.
I'm gonna go grab my coals. But think on it. You tried to talk in this thing, and it went.
So
it's
I mean, we're very deep underground.
yeah. Am I inside the core of the freaking planet? like,
Well,
like
and
am I literally?
But it's not like the
The
familiar
evil,
green.
yeah. So you're saying what I'm seeing is through the eyes of what I'm in?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what I'm in isn't necessarily have that green. Okay. Am I in the fucking black goo? Like, all right. The hell? I guess I'd exit the mind of it, or yeah, I exit the mind of whatever the hell I was in.
Yep.
So, there's something on the other side of this door, but all I could see was liquid greenness, kind of like how Gaia has magma. This was like green, but not
Are
black.
you saying that on the other side of this door, it's like underwater?
Green, gooey water, but not underwater. It was like a stream, like a river.
No, whatever you were underwater. You were.
Oh, it was underwater.
You were surrounded by water, or liquid of some kind, and it was cold. Like, those are the senses you got.
And the liquid I was in was green though.
Yes.
So I think I was in like a fish.
He was definitely in a fish, guys.
All right.
I think we should maybe try to pull the door instead of push.
We'll try to pull the door instead of push it.
You gotta remember,
Because you gotta. Sometimes doors are confusing and you get it wrong the first time. But I don't think that's what's happening here.
The door just pulls right open.
Right? Just pulls right open. I don't know, let's try to pull it together.
No, seriously, the door just pulls right open.
Oh. God damn it. Oh, see? That was easy.
Yeah, see,
what do we see?
you pull the door open, and there's like a... as it pulls open, and it's dark inside of the room, save for a pale green light coming from somewhere deep within. As you step inside, you look around, and there are what look like electronics. Nothing even state-of-the-art that you would consider. There's tubes. Looks like they might carry Freon. There's an air conditioning vent.
Huh. Well, since there's only two of us, if some shit goes down, Annika, I want you to know probably gonna let McGee out. But as long as he has a target, he'll be okay.
Sure.
It's
You know
only
what?
two of us.
I think I
So,
can handle it.
all right.
You
So
know
I
I
talked
killed
to
a
Badass
noble, though, right? Like,
Yeah. With the help of two people.
sure. We might be fine though, without him.
All right. All right.
Well, I
all
don't
right.
think
That
you
is.
need him to be the best version of yourself.
Oh.
PowerPoint.
That's what I was going for. Thank you.
I kind of
Uh,
kind of have this like taken back look for a second of like somebody
What?
acknowledging that I can be good in life, like by myself.
Like,
And
I'm
then
worth something?
What? But then I quickly like, dicks.
Dicks.
And I just.
That all sounds about right.
Like, all right. Well, like, all right, let's go.
Yeah, so
And
we'll just.
I take point.
Yeah, okay. I've got my 6-foot shotgun out.
Yeah, you start making. Well, yeah, but all he sees is like this little
Yeah.
Yeah, handle.
handle. And as you guys are walking your way through and just sort of looking left to right, you know, you got your little flashlight on your armor, looking around. You see that, you know, there's like little computer monitors, and as you pass by on the right, there's a weapons rack with a couple of guns on it and a battle axe.
Does this stuff look like familiar models of things?
No, not remotely. Nothing looks similar to anything that you guys have used.
Not.
I mean, like the air
Profit
conditioning
military
vent
weapons.
was kind of like, okay, so AC, like,
Right.
and the like the weapons look like they've been sitting there for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
They look they're covered in dust, cobwebs.
So, Annika, this stuff looks pretty old, like way before us, but it looks like human-made stuff.
I'm gonna pick up one of the guns and just kind of like check it over.
Okay.
It's just like old and rusty, or
It's
is
not
it
rusty.
loaded?
It's made out of a very interesting metal, like black metal, like the door.
Is it loaded? Are there bullets?
You can't tell.
So I can tell it's a gun, but it's kind of like it's a sort of gun I've never really seen before. I
It
don't
looks
quite
really
understand
rustic to
how
you.
it works.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it doesn't have like any cock or bolt mechanisms or anything like that. Whatever
I
it
go
is
pick up-
technology, not mechanical.
I go pick up the battle axe. How heavy? Like, is it huge?
It's like a standard
And
size
is
battle
the-
axe. For you, it's not. It's pretty. It's a little bit heavy for you when you try to pick it up. It's like a little unwieldy. It's not like carrying a sword, but it
Yeah.
seems like something that somebody could swing.
Yeah. Does it look like out of what my knowledge, but like in meta knowledge, does it look like a regular like medieval battle axe, or is it like a technological battle axe?
It looks technological, but its
Like,
shape is that of a medieval battle axe.
Okay. Well,
I'm gonna keep the gun. Like I'll just stick it in my pack somewhere and just kind of keep moving on.
Okay, which
And-
kind of gun did you take? Want me to just roll a d4 to determine what style of gun it was?
Sure. Yeah.
2. It was an assault rifle.
All right. Ancient assault rifle.
and I will just in my weaker hand, my left hand, so I can still draw my sword out and everything if I need to.
You're just
I'll
gonna carry the battle axe.
the battle axe.
Okay.
Yeah,
guys-
because I was gonna put it on the back of me, but I'm afraid Bonto would eat it. So
Yeah, as you guys are walking your way, I assume approaching this green light source.
Yeah, slowly and kind of like just keep casting
You
around.
can tell
and
that
checking
ahead
out
of you is
anything
like a
we
shape,
see along
and
the
you
way.
can sort of like hear some light bubbles as you get closer.
And like I'm just like I'll just say like,
You start to see
well,
that this thing at the end of the corridor, which is just like this narrow, it's like a tunnel just full of this technology. And at the end there you can see that there are like big huge tubes like wrapping in and around the rock. And there is just this single large liquid filled container.
are the tubes like carrying liquid to or from
You
the
can't tell,
container?
they're completely matte. They're not
Okay.
clear at all, so you can't see anything.
If I put my ear up against one, can I hear anything rushing through it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You can sort of like hear like the.
All right.
So I'm assuming there might be a person or a something inside of this container of liquid of stuff that might. I don't know. Your bike took us. You said you thought of a survivor, right?
I thought of surviving humans. I pictured people like us from the Prophet, but we
Well,
know the Proteans created us, and they've been here a long time. Maybe we aren't the first.
humans to be here.
Yeah, or other creations.
Do you approach the glass?
Yes.
Yeah.
Slowly.
You approach the glass and you see inside the shape of a humanoid figure. It is completely naked, but you can see that it is very muscularly built. And it is only 4 feet and 4 inches tall.
All right, Annika, you're the medical person. Could I smash the glass and the thing would be alive, or
Nope.
is there some computer thing that we need to do? No smash.
I'm gonna keep.
No smash.
I'm gonna keep just like, do I see any? I mean, I don't know what the lighting is like in the tube or anything, but can I see any distinguishing marks or features on the female? Like, does it have any scars or birthmarks or
You said on
weird?
the female?
I said, is it male or
As-
female?
You
Like,
can tell that it's male. It has genitalia.
so it like,
You can
Is
you
it
can also
human?
see that one of its legs is completely missing. And you can see that it has long blonde hair that is moving in the liquid. And then on its mouth there is like a little gadget covering its face.
like a respirator.
Well,
Let's look around.
we can try to press some computer buttons.
Look around for computers or anything that might be hooked up to this that has.
Maybe there's a light switch or something. You know what? I heard tale of prehistoric versions of us that had these lights.
If they were prehistoric, you couldn't have heard about them because there wasn't any history back then.
Well, not prehistoric, Earth people.
He thinks that it's a clap-on light, and there is no clap-on light.
I'm already like I'm gonna circle the room and kind of look around for anything that might be hooked up to this system, any kind of in the room that might be noteworthy.
If I've already psionically linked with somebody within an early time frame, can I go back, or do I have to go back?
You have to re-go back.
Damn it. All right. But he's unconscious, so it's not too difficult. You know, 15.
15? Yeah, you get straight into his head.
I try to look through his memories.
You find nothing.
Nothing. Not even like of the place that we're in.
You can tell that whatever he is, he has no current consciousness. There's nothing going on in there. His mind is in stasis.
Okay, come back out. Well, he's not giving us anything.
Do I see anything else in the room?
You see lots of just odds and ends and stuff. Like I said, there were computer consoles here or there. Lots of stuff.
Are any of
Hey,
them
Annika.
working?
Annika, do your medical DICOM analysis thing of him. See if it comes up
I
with anything.
can't unless I have something to connect with. So I'm checking the computers.
Okay, so you go over to check the computers.
Yeah.
You look at the keyboard and you don't recognize any of the lettering. And it is a very large keyboard with significantly more letters than there are in the usual alphabet that you use. They look runic.
But not Protean, not familiar in that aspect, right?
They are definitely not Protean. They're not symbolic like the Protean
I mean, I'm
ones are.
just
Not
kind of gonna
hieroglyphic,
look
but
for
it's
something that might be like a power button, like in the, you know,
like a
sort of
bigger
offset
button
from the
or-
other.
Intelligence, intuition.
Yep. I can get it to pull up. Or D20, hang on. I gotta check my intuition. Or D12.
Wait, what's intuition?
It's a perception thing.
She has perception and intuition, and I know she has intuition,
right.
and that's applicable, so I told her to roll that.
Yeah, it does have perception.
13.
So 8 and 6.
You reach for the top left-hand corner and push a button, and it powers on. And there's like a little, there's like a dong as the screen powers on, like Dell powering up. Or like Windows, like old Windows system. And it comes up and you see all these runes appear, and then there's like, you know, diagrams and all sorts of stuff. And it's kind of like blipping in and out because there doesn't seem to be a whole lot of power.
I'm gonna ask Leaf, like, you don't know anything about this, do you? Yeah.
I look at Bonto.
Don't.
I don't even say anything. Well, we
by
can...
the way, before I forget though, can I check my diacom and see anything on Leo?
See anything on Leo?
On my diacom.
Like
yeah,
his vitals.
His vitals are good.
He's fine. Okay. I'm just gonna kind of hit buttons, I guess. Like.
Well.
All right, start hitting buttons. Roll a d100.
I don't like. I'll just one, like, you know.
How big is this room, by the way, that we're in?
Ooh, 45.
Like, is it just we walked in, there's a bunch of computers and a weapons rack, and then he's in the center of it, or he's at the end of the hall?
He's at the end of the
big
corridor.
room?
Yeah, there's no like big room. It's probably only about 10 feet wide.
Just a.
And there's a lot of stuff on.
It's like a hallway,
It's
basically.
like a hallway, yeah. And she starts pushing buttons, and she's pushing buttons, and all these like screens keep popping up and doing stuff, and then finally she hits a button, and you guys hear a psh at the end of the hall.
I whip around.
Lock and load, Annika.
Yep.
Pull out my sword.
And
well, first I pull out my bow.
You see as the the liquid starts to drain from the thing, and what looked like glass before actually starts to dissolve as the liquid moves down.
I hope I didn't.
And you guys feel super amounts of chill air rushing from the area as the entity is released from its cryostasis. The mask is released, and the little muscular ass figure, falls and lands.
One leg.
And lands with its stump leg down and its right leg in a crouched position, and its fists on the ground, like the fucking Terminator. And its hair just like draping all over it, and you can see that it has this long braided beard that came out as the mask was released. And it looks up at you, and you see its eyes, and its eyes are just glowing in the darkness.
Friend or foe?
And for a second, he just looks up at you, and he goes, "Tila tola bajile." And he gets on his one leg and he just starts hopping across the room. And he sees you got like your sword raised, and he just goes, "Delato," and he moves the sword out of the way and just starts hopping further in. And you see, and he picks up this like little tiny instrument and he places it on the side of his head. Taru, Taru.
Friend or foe?
Slight.
Talu Olima.
I've got my hands out in like this sort of, you know.
Talu Ima. Anna, Anna, Anna.
Food. Eat. Speak. Food? Food.
I'm Annika.
Nom nom.
Taru, Taru, Taru.
Sly.
Taru.
We're from the Prophet of Gaia, a ship that
Human.
crashed.
Taru.
We were looking for survivors and we found you.
Alright.
Taru.
If I go now that he has consciousness, if I go in the mind of somebody, I can understand their language, right? Because I can understand the treant talk and everything.
You can try to. Try and go inside his consciousness. Hell no.
Consistent with the 15s. Oh god, what? Even with the 15? Damn.
Yeah, no.
Highly intellectual.
Like you try to go into this one, he goes, "Pila tunkuna na talu."
Okay.
We have a colony of people with food and shelter.
He starts blinking, and you can see his eyes just like twinkling, glowing. They have like this luminescent quality to them in the darkness, and he says, "Colony."
Great, Annika. Now he's gonna go kill everybody.
Speak more.
Oh, words. He can comprehend words the more we speak them.
We've been here for a couple of months.
Fish.
And
Poop. Formaldehyde.
he's an idiot.
And you see that you see the thing on the side of his head blinks, and he goes, "Great, then I can understand you. It's really difficult to get the first couple of languages figured out from your basics, but it seems like you're using a Latin root system, so that's very easy. Hi there."
Hi, who are you?
Yeah.
My name is
what's up,
Rurik.
man?
Rurik Willenberg.
Are you from this planet originally?
We can get to that in a minute. Have you seen my leg?
I'm
Didn't
afraid
know.
not.
Right then, I'll find it. And he starts hopping around, just bare ass naked. You can see his like hair, like still like down, like draping over his shoulders, and his ass just hopping around. And he starts rummaging through some shit and tossing some shit around, and then he just pulls out like this little black metal thing, and then he just
like, how did you
starts
get here?
hooking it onto his leg, and he goes and like. And then it like whips around and he steps onto it and he's like, "That's a hell of a lot fucking better." Oh yeah.
I sheathed my sword.
So is it time to wake up then? We're fighting the nobles, right?
Yeah.
You know about them.
That's what I'm here.
How long have you been here?
That depends. He walks over to the computer and he starts tapping. He's like, "Holy shit!"
That long, huh?
It's been a long time.
So, do you know the muffin? No, do you know the higher plane? Does that ring a bell?
Higher plane, yes. I actually met one of my ancestors as well. You're talking about the proteins.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Who did you meet?
Oh, I don't remember. It was a long time ago. He was kind of a dingus, I know that much. I think it was,
Was it Gila Kron?
No, 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 no. It wasn't Gilacron. It was some big beefy fucker.
Barsalu.
That's the one.
Oh, okay.
We just met him yesterday.
Really? Did he try to
Yeah.
lick Bill leg off too? Cause he got mine.
Yeah. Yeah.
He
I'm
tried
sorry
many
about that.
things.
He tried to burn us alive.
Yeah, when I
a
first
couple
got to
of
this
us.
planet, I tried to do one of his trials. I lost my fucking leg.
Yeah.
It was a speed test. He just ripped it off. He thought that was fair.
That-
And of course, I just
Sorry.
waddled on the ground crying while my leg bled out. But it was fine. Because, you know, the nobles weren't here yet, so I prepared.
I'm sorry. How long ago was this?
I don't know how to put it in your terms because you haven't told me your units of measurement for time.
Do you know what a day
Ro-
is?
Rotations around the sun.
Day. Day is what? What is that in? Yes, rotation.
24 hours. Do you know what hours are?
Please explain to me exactly what
not-
it is you're
it's-
talking about. Like,
It's not important. It's not important right now.
When the sun goes down and the sun comes up, 1 day.
that's 1 day. Okay, fantastic.
Yes.
I have been here for 6,347,322 days.
Okay.
Oh, that's not long at all.
It's a long fucking time.
How old are you? Did you die?
Well, I've been in cryo, so, you know, you can last a while as long as your power doesn't give out, and I'm rooted into the fucking planet. That's why I'm so deep.
So
So the power lasted 6 bit. Yeah.
6 million something, right? That's
Days, yeah.
at least
Crazy.
like 15,000 years. Okay, Sly, 15,000 years.
That seems
For
about
your-
right. Hopefully my ship's still okay.
Good
I-
ship.
Yeah, we left it in orbit.
It's an orbit.
I
Yes. Can I find some fucking clothes? Or are you guys just gonna sit here and stare at my schlong for the entire...
sorry. Yes, please.
Good. I know it's a good looker, honestly, but, you know...
I'm afraid we
Have
don't
some
have
class.
any spares.
It's,
Hey, I mean,
he's like,
Wait,
it
is
looks
there
better than
Atmo in
mine.
here?
And I went mine out.
There's Atmo in
I'm
here,
like,
you don't know.
but he's fine.
He's
And
fine.
He's naked. Okay. I mean, I'm not trying, but
He's
yeah,
like, don't
yeah.
worry, I'll find something. And he just starts rummaging around, and he finds, like, just like a piece of cloth. He's like, that'll do for now. And he just wraps it around. He's just wearing a
So-
loincloth.
so with your, I could give you Bonto. Hey, you know what? You should try this cape on.
I don't want
It's
to
a
find
lovely cape.
fucking cape. That thing looks scary.
It's
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 moving
Barsalu's
like it's
pet.
got a mind of its own. So's her
it
scarf.
does. Yeah, they do.
Why is your scarf wearing a top hat? You guys are weird thief.
Yeah, we yes. There's a lot of weird shit going on. So we have our fellow survivors from the Prophet. Were seed ships a thing 15,000 years ago when you came here? You
Seed
left yours in
ships.
orbit.
Seed ships. Oh, right. You're talking about, like, colonization projects. Nah, we
Yes.
just did what we were doing best. We were at war. You know. Nobles
that's-
destroyed our
With
homeland.
the
We
nobles?
chased
Yeah.
after them. Yeah.
So you've had problems with the nobles before
Oh,
this planet.
I would call problems an understatement, to say the least.
So can you individually
they-
kill a noble?
You said they destroyed your home planet,
Yes. There's nothing
but
left of it.
but colonization projects weren't a thing. What planet were you from?
Get backs.
And the nobles destroyed it, and you set out for revenge.
Oh, that's a good way of looking at it. Mostly just to destroy the Scourge. I mean, if they did it to our planet, they do it to any other planet, right? We got a sense of nobility, the people I am from. So, you know.
So
So
how-
when we came down in the Prophet, we would have noticed if something else was in orbit, right? I mean, we didn't notice the noble vessel that attacked us, but
That's
Right?
very unfortunate. I mean, well, you think about the orbit of this system, it's possible that it just jumped onto another planet's orbit, right? You know, they cross paths, it's caught in it, 15,000 years, it could be anywhere.
So again, you can kill a noble by yourself.
Kill a noble by myself. No. Not to my experience. Maybe one of the little ones.
There's different nobles?
Oh yes, there's the little ones. They're all stretchy and shit. And there's the big ones. Then there's the ones that control the little ones and the big ones. And then there's the ones that you just really don't want to fuck with.
And the ones that are like planet-sized in the dark.
I don't know about planet-sized ones, no.
You kind of understand the actual hierarchy of these things, yeah?
I know they're called nobles because Versalu told me, but beyond that, I know there's little ones, and then there's big ones, and then there's the ones that control those. Oh, and then there's the ones that eat whole planets. So
if this planet hasn't been eaten yet, do they need to have that hierarchy at this planet, or can that be like
if the planet
planets
has
away
started
giving
to be
orders?
eaten whatsoever, it's going to be eaten. It's just a matter of time. I was waiting for them to be here. In fact, I should have gotten sensors. Are my sensors offline? Second the nobles arrived and started doing their shit, I should have been woken up immediately.
Something went wrong, I guess.
Fantastic. Where's Max?
There was like a big old. Where's Max?
He goes over to the rack and he's looking for his axe. He's like, I swear I put it right where it was supposed to go along. Maybe I put it in the kitchen.
I take the gun out too, and I hand the gun back.
Here you go.
It's like,
what is your name again?
My name's Rurik. And this is my axe.
All right, Roy. Here you go, Roy.
Roy. He's not bright, is he?
No, I already said that. Rick, we have a colony here with a lot of, not a lot, but some much more advanced weapons and technology that, and one person in particular that I think would very much like to meet you.
Oh, great. People that like to meet me. That's fine. That's fine, you know. I'm surprised you think that your technology is superior to mine. Granted, it's been 15,000 years. I can't really boast much.
I mean, compared to a battle axe, I mean, I don't know, maybe that battle axe does a lot more than meets the eye, but...
just the battle axe. He points it at you, and the battle axe opens up, and you see it's just, like, pulsing with energy. And he's like, and it, like, sucks back in. He's like, we made these to fight nobles. We've been researching them for a long time. Generations and generations.
Then all the more reason I think you should come back with us and we can work together to fight the scourge on this planet. We killed a noble yesterday. We killed one of those big giant crawly corpse monsters that devours planets.
That's pretty good. I'll give you some credit. Most of the races that we've come across, they can't kill even the little ones.
I was told that if we couldn't stop that thing, the planet would be destroyed, and...
Yeah, that's part of the reason why I'm here.
It doesn't look like we can get off the planet anymore.
What about this
planet? I would very much like to save it, I think.
Well, yes.
What about this planet was worth saving? The only things we've ran into so far are just base life forms.
What are you talking about worth saving? No,
why is this planet?
This planet's a trap.
Like you said, like,
why do you think
baited?
that all of the proteins left all this shit laying around? It's like a fucking beacon for the nobles. The nobles come in. I'm supposed to wake up, and then... blow the whole thing up. Suicide mission. I'm a bummer.
Well, let's try and not do that part.
Well, now that I know there's other people here, it makes it a way bit more difficult. Sort of like an ethical quandary.
That was kind of our last resort. They said if we moved one of their vaults or if we took the power core out of one of their vaults.
Well, if you are all still alive, that means they haven't taken the whole planet yet, and they don't leave a planet until they've completely killed everything.
Is that the trap you're talking about, the vaults?
Right, yes. You activate the thing, they all blow up, there's a crystal, everything goes boom.
Yeah.
Technically, it could even take out more than the planet if you did it the right way, but I'd have to assess the situation, which I can't do from my little hovel.
Well, I think you should come with us back to our colony and work with the people we have there.
Yeah, well, fair enough. Where's it at?
You're gonna have to take a ride with us on a protean bike.
Fair enough.
And your eyes, they're like super glowy green. Do you have like some sort of vision that we
Yeah, what's
like?
with
Oh,
the
right,
green?
yeah. No, my race, we spend most of our lives underground, so it's part of the whole dark side thing.
Hmm.
Also, I
So
can
wait,
peer
is the
into the
sunlight
abyssal
gonna hurt
plane,
you?
but that's part of a whole other story.
Oh, abysmal plane. That's what this guy does.
Is Wait.
Oh, right. So that's a thing from the abyssal plane. That's why I see all the scary shit flipping off of it.
Not just a thing, like the thing. You can create a gateway to the abysmal plane at any point. We don't know how.
Oh, right. So that is Bonto then.
Oh yeah, you know him. You've heard of him.
Yeah, Varsolo talked about his little pet. Okay, fantastic. You're all dead, probably soon. So, maybe
You want
I'll
him?
just trek back up to the top on my own, and you can all have a lovely day.
it's
Or he's been fed. He's been fed. Apparently that's important.
I hate to say this, but I think he's actually in really good hands because they're both so dumb.
Seems relatively fair enough. But at the moment, I'd like to get back to my ship if possible. See if any of my kinfolk are still alive.
We'll try. We don't
very
think that's a thing.
Interested to find out if they are. Is there
Do you have
anyone-
any? Do you have any other sites than this site that can help you? Like any other locations that can help you do this if they still exist, or do you just need to get to up in orbit?
I'm not 100% sure that I understand. Like, sites, like, you mean like a telescope?
No,
No,
not
like
like
another place like this, any other.
Oh, like a site, not like a seeing with your eye. I get it now. Yeah, there's other sites around the planet. But this is the one I was stored in.
Oh, so you might have other U's, like just potted up around here.
Oh no, there is not another me. I'm one of a kind, friend.
Okay, other of
Maybe
your
a-
race.
Probably. I think one other was sent on the other side of the planet. There's supposed to be one of us for each of the vaults so that we can activate it. You know.
Major volts or minor volts? Because we have about 8 volts here.
Oh no, I'm talking about the big ones.
Okay,
we-
so 5
we-
of those, 4 of those. So there's 4 little superhuman U's. Not U's because you're one of a kind and special, but you in theory.
Yes, we've been over this. We're good.
Yes, there's potentially 4 of me still alive, but seeing as mine was probably the deepest buried, and it's been 15,000 years, they're all probably dead.
Yeah, and I think your ship will gone too, but we can check. How do we do that?
Telescope?
I'm gonna repeat it again. I think you should come back to the colony with us and talk to Caldwell.
Look, I would love to come back to your colony, or whatever it is that you set up here. It's probably gonna be gone by the time you get back, but that's fine. My concern is the fact that he's got a fucking abyssal beast on his back. And, I'm not 100% sure I want to go along with all that.
Bonto's fine. He's
I'd
chill.
be more than happy to leave him here and then take you instead.
That's not a bad offer. I'll think about it, honestly.
Hey, I'll find my own way. If anything, Bonto will help me. I gotta feed him anyways.
No, it's fine. It's under control.
So wait a minute.
As much as anything else on this planet, it is under control. More
So
than anything else on this planet.
Marsala's your dude then. What is your power?
The fuck are you talking about?
What can you do?
I don't understand any of the shit you're talking about right now.
I'm gonna reach out and just bind Sly again, and I'll be like, something like that.
What the fuck was that?
Do I have to
He
roll
like
for
takes
it?
he like takes a step back. No, it automatically happens. Just been a point. He takes a step back. He's like, "Holy shit, that was a bit impressive."
Have you eaten any of the blue mushrooms?
No, why would I pick up and eat a fucking blue mushroom? That sounds like a death wish.
He's a...
Then how did you meet Bartholomew?
Bossolu. It was
How
15,000
did you
years
meet
ago.
them?
You know, I talked to the fucker.
In the flesh.
Yeah, big tall guy.
All right. Well, things have changed a lot since then.
Great.
Uh,
No, that's great. No, that's fine. That's fine.
they're not really around anymore.
Great. So they're all dead.
Well-
That makes things hard. Everybody's dead is what I've woken up to find out, which is actually a little wee bit disappointing.
Well, we're not, and I'd very much like to get going. So I'm gonna.
Right then, can we do this the slow way? Because I do have some things I'd like to pick up, if that's all right.
Sure.
Good.
And if you need.
He starts rummaging through his shit, and picks up a gun or two, and his axe. And he just picks up some straps to tie him to his body, and he goes looking around some more, and you just see him just collecting shit for like a good 10 minutes. Like little pouches here or there. So he's basically got what looks like a backpack, a bunch of strapped on like guns and stuff, and a utility belt and a loincloth.
And
he's like-
his battle axe.
And he's like, right then, so I guess this is fine. Whenever you're ready.
Right.
Lead the way back out towards the. I mean, I have the bike with me. I guess I can just pop it out and hop on. And
Are we gonna leave without your friend?
no, Sly, get on.
No, I meant the other one.
What other one?
Oh, don't worry, I'll get him. And you see he just reaches and he pulls Leo, who is like sitting there shivering. He's like, ah. And he like picks, he's like lifting him and sits him onto the bike. And he's like, you gotta be careful. You got caught in a temporal rift. You could get stuck there for eons.
Sorry, what?
How were you even able to see that?
I'll check Leo over.
He
and make
taps
sure,
next
like-
to his eye, and he's just like, eh.
I'll check Leo over and make sure like his vitals are okay, and he's not in
His body temperature's just really low.
shock of any kind. Okay,
Hey Leo, I could put Bonto on you.
If you put
just
Bonto
give
on
him
me,
a
I
big
will shoot
old
you.
hug, Sly. We're
He's
all gonna
nice
be
and warm.
nice and cozy on the bike anyway.
All right, so you guys get back on the bike and you head back towards the colony.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Holy shit, this is fast.
Yeah.
I don't like it." And
Get-
and you guys come up and like you like start to coast next to the mountain with all like the feathered up metal, and he's like, "It's not a great house, but I like mountains well enough."
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Wait, so we're there now? Or we left
Yes,
his mountain?
you're there. He just starts
Well,
looking
this-
for holes to start going underground.
Yeah.
And he's just
I'll-
standing out there in the atmosphere with no helmet or armor on.
Well, welcome to our humble abode.
I'm gonna like show him.
It's above
in
ground.
through the door.
And he's like, well, that might be impressive. Fair enough. You got
because it's closed.
metallic doors that go through rock. I could have done the same thing. You've had 15,000 years of advantage.
And we crash landed on this planet that we were supposed to be terraforming with about 10% of the supplies we brought with us.
Right, so you were going to terraform the planet. That wouldn't have been great for me, but that's fine.
Oh,
Well,
wait, you
for
can't
it
breathe
didn't work
oxygen?
out that way.
No, I could breathe oxygen just fine. But if you change the whole atmosphere, the sun,
Hmm.
Yeah, well, lucky
Is
for
it a
you,
big
the noble
greenhouse
showed
effect? Is it a big greenhouse effect on this planet, or is it no greenhouse effect at all?
So the way that the planet works is that there's electromagnetic storm going up in the upper atmosphere that blocks out direct sunlight.
A lot of the. Okay. Gotcha.
And he steps inside, and you can see like his body is like, it's like sinewed, like rippling muscle. This 4-foot tall little dude with blonde hair and like a twisted blonde beard, and his eyes are just like vibrant. Just
Are they
just
still
the irises.
luminescent now
Oh
that
yeah,
he's not
they're
in the
just
dark?
luminescent. They're just they glow. And he's looking around,
And I'm
and he looks like so like this little dude looks like a fucking badass. Like you can just see this looking at him. He has like scars and shit, and he's just like, but they're like just like you could tell like he got cut by a big ass fucking sword or something. Then no like chemical burns or anything like that. Just like fucking war is what this guy's seen.
Mhm.
And you can see now like in the light that his little metal leg looks like super intricate, like with those black metal chevrons running down it. And he's just like, so this is where you all call home. It's nice.
Yeah, you want a fruit? Just don't eat it all at once.
I'll take a fruit.
I'm gonna
Because
like
the tree's in the front, right?
Yeah. So he steps into the atrium, and there are people around.
Yeah, I was gonna
that
say
just,
I'm gonna kind of walk in front of him and sort of like shield him a bit from like prying eyes or anything.
You're all
and, like,
very
people...
tall. Huh? As he walks
Yeah.
by, he's like, "That's a tall fella." And then, and then, like a couple of people are like looking at him, and you could tell like the common folks representative walks up, and he's just like, "What is this?"
This is Roy.
Ruick.
Rick.
He's-
Rick.
Ruick.
Ruick.
He's the survivor
to
of a
meet you.
previous landing.
I've stopped caring. Nice to meet you, Ruick. And he says, "Yeah, nice to meet you too." And he just like punches him in the leg. And he just like he's like, "What? Why? Why would you? Ow! Why would you do that?" He's like,
Different people, different customs.
He's like, "That's how I greet other people." And then he walks around, as you guys are walking away, I assume towards the med bay. He goes,
Mhm.
"What a pussy."
Yeah, I'm gonna like. Yeah, cause we still haven't fixed our comms, right? So I can't just be like, "Hey, Caldwell, get down here."
Just go for it.
Well, I try to rally Caldwell and Sylvia in the med bay,
Okay.
and Hex too, probably.
You guys all meet up in the med bay. Let's just save some time. You all meet up in the med bay.
Caldwell. By the way, what's the frequency you're on the comms?
6257 blah blah blah.
We fix
It
it.
tells you. You fix it.
So we found Ruick here.
You
This
found
is
a very
Roy.
short little man. I kind of resent that.
He's been here for something like 15,000 years.
Right then.
So I figured
You
you
look
two
very
would have a
good for
whole lot
your
to talk
age.
about.
And you look like shit for yours. Which I assume is what? 107?
I like him. I like Roy. You're a
Yeah.
dude, Roy.
So I thought maybe we could get him some proper clothes and some food and do some medical care for Leo.
Well, you're not using your old armor anymore, right?
Yes, but it might be a bit big for him.
That's gonna be a bit big for him, yeah.
Caldwell could resize it.
Caldwell's like, I don't think that I can.
The
That would take a very long time.
And I'll just tell Caldwell like a summary of what we learned from Ruick. Like he met the Proteans in the flesh, and he came here as like the to fight the nobles, and they destroyed his planet, and blah blah blah. You know.
Yeah, that's so low down.
And we're looking for he wanted to know what happened to his ship, which was supposed to be in orbit around the planet.
Yes, well, when we arrived here, we didn't see anything else in orbit on our scanners. So, likely it's gone.
That's what I said, but we also didn't see the noble vessel incoming.
Well, you
Or if we
wouldn't though,
did.
would you?
That one
Nobles,
came into the orbit.
stealthy bitches. They travel really fast, and they basically just look like another planetary body.
Well, maybe your ship had the same. Maybe we couldn't detect your ship either.
My ship's made out of metal. It's got big cannons on it.
We would have seen.
Okay, probably gone then.
That. Yeah, we would have seen that.
Well, you know, we could check later with a telescope.
So yeah, let's kill some fucking nobles.
I'm sorry, we're just gonna go kill some fucking nobles right now?
No, but I mean, that's
Later.
what you came here for, right?
Oh, yeah, no, sure. I'm a bit naked. But once that's sorted out, yeah.
Somebody is already looking for clothes. Like that was one of, like, get food and get clothes, and yeah.
Fair
The cat
enough.
sat on my mouse, so now I can't do anything.
Can I trouble you for some shears?
Sure.
Hair's just a little bit long.
I'm sure I have some kind of, like, if nobody else has anything proper, then I'm sure I have some kind of medical.
Yeah, so you give him to him, and he just, like, pulls his hair up, and it's, like, long.
Yeah.
And he, like, twists it, and he just goes, shting. And he goes, right then, right then, right then. Let's see, let's see. And he goes, and he flexes, and his hair stands straight up in a mohawk on top of his head.
What?
And he's like, how does it look? Does it look fine?
Sure.
Fantastic, fantastic.
Did-
Yeah, you
No.
notice when he was lifting his hair, he has only hair growing out of the center of his head, like in a line. And it stands up with this big, tall mohawk, like, probably adds another 1.5 feet to his height. And he's just
So
like,
now he's the same height as the rest of us.
yeah. And then he's like, all right then, well, we'll find some clothes, and then we'll make a plan. And let's take a break. Yeah.
Yeah, so, like, while, you know, I'll just ask, like, so, Leo, what happened? Where were you? Like, you were on the bike and then you weren't.
You just remember being cold.
It was cold, and yeah, that's about all I got. Bike, off bike, cold. Ow, back here.
Also, Sylvia, our new friend, last time he was here, the Proteans were still alive, and, you know, but I thought maybe he would benefit from being in on the same things that we are.
Are you talking about...
If we have any more pills.
Oh, yeah, sure, here. And she just hands him a bunch of pills. He's like, okay.
Well, that. Yeah, great.
And so he just throws back like a handful of pills.
I was gonna propose we do like a physiology sort of, you know, study first.
And he's just
to
like,
make sure
he was just like
that-
going, they're a bit tangy. And I kind of feel like... And then his eyes turn blue. They're just like glowing super bright. And like the entire eyes turn, like the entirety of his eyes turn blue. And he's just like, we'll all be fucked.
These might help you talk to the Proteans again, and also do something like what I did back there with.
Typical dosage is 1.
But I'm sure you'll be fine.
No, yeah. This is fun. This is fun.
Is everything like all purple and
It's all cool
Blue.
colors, yeah.
yeah? Okay.
I kind of feel
Let me
like
know.
I'd like to drink something. Bit peckish. Maybe one of those fruits that you were mentioning earlier would be good to eat.
I think now somebody has brought food for him.
Mhm.
Okay, so he
And-
takes the fruit. Oh, not eats the whole fruit. And he's just like, it's not bad. So you literally just gave me a pill that dyes my eye color? and makes me see weird things.
And I just run up to him and I smack him in the face.
You run up to smack him in the face?
Yeah.
Make an attack.
Okay.
That
What
seems
am
like
I?
a rather violent
Not like super hard, but like to see if some sort of spur of the moment adrenaline power happens. So what am I rolling?
An attack?
Strength or
combat?
agility?
Agility?
It'd be
Unarmed
strength.
combat? Oh yeah, strength, because it's armed combat, you're right.
I'm not even gonna like hit him hard at all. No, I crit though.
You crit failed?
Yeah, because I don't have unarmed combat.
He rolled a 32. So you go to like hit him in the face, and he just like, without even looking, he just like throws a fist up, and he breaks your arm in the middle.
Oh no.
And your arm just snaps the opposite direction at the elbow, and it's just hanging there limp. And you're like, ah! And you take 6 wounds.
Okay.
Maybe you should give the bow to him.
Well,
And he was like,
problem...
"Oh, I'm sorry, that was a knee-jerk reaction. You don't throw things in people's face, especially not a fist."
He'll learn, maybe.
Probably not.
I will attempt to. I guess I will use my psionic things to try to help Sly out with that broken arm. Now.
Yeah.
Wait, you're gonna make a psionic cast?
No,
So,
I'm gonna try to reset his arm.
Using
Physical
so
ability.
Roy,
so use a
were
D2
you always
instead of a
that
D6.
strong?
What are you talking about? Oh, you mean breaking your little arm? That was easy.
My little arm is a possessed arm that has enhanced powers. Fucker.
It's like half as good as Max's. But
Maybe
that's
throw a less
story.
shitty punch next time then.
I'm gonna reroll that. I got the same thing. I'm gonna reroll that again. 18.
Okay, you reset his arm, but he still has the wounds.
Okay. Sorry.
So
about
nothing
that.
like what she just did. You don't have any.
Yeah, she just like used her hands and then whoop.
Yeah.
His arm just whooped right back. That was cool.
Nothing happening over there.
I don't know.
I mean, we don't know what you were capable of or what you were seeing before, but for us, it was things changed, and there was this sort of awareness of.
But in all fairness, most of us didn't know what our power was the first time we did it.
No.
Oh, so this is the thing. The mushrooms that give you the powers.
Yes.
Yeah, we made it into
and
a pill.
if you concentrate, you might be able to talk with Barsalu or one of the others.
I have absolutely zero desire to talk to Varsalu.
Okay.
I would talk
I'm
with
just-
Erasma, possibly. He's got a head on his shoulders.
That's Erasma right over there.
Yeah, just like all of us just kind of like point.
And he
Point to
turns
the
and he looks
robot.
at the robot and he's like, "That's a robot.
You can't see.
It is nice to see you again, Rurik." Holy fuck, it's Erasma! You put him in a robot!
Well,
You put a Suprema
Unintentionally.
being in a fucking robot? That's great.
Just out of character though, if you're on the mushrooms and you look at the robot, can't you see Erasma?
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, we copied, but you know what? I'll tell it to you another time.
There was a ring involved and some stuff. And by the way, all these artifacts, you said they were put here to lure the nobles into the planet. Why didn't anybody tell us that?
Because it didn't work the first time.
Maybe they want us to save the planet or be able to fight the things.
Erasma is just sitting there and he's just like, "In my defense, that was a very, very long time ago."
Yeah, you were alive then.
Why did
Also,
it take them so long to show up?
we
or
did inform
they
you
did
that
show
that is what would happen if you were to tamper with the major vaults.
Right.
We thought instead of suggesting to you that that was our plan, you might potentially come upon that decision on your own. But we did not want to influence or decide for you how you were to proceed here. And as I've watched you grow, I've thought maybe there's a potential that you might kill them without causing catastrophic destruction to a planetary body.
Absent a way to get off of this planet, then yeah, that is very much the hope. Now, the defense mechanisms that you built into the vaults, the sort of shutdown that Varsalu, that's what happened to the mountain we were in first time, right? It collapsed in on itself.
That is a function that all of the vaults have, to simply collapse, destroying anything there. It's similar to what would happen to the planet itself. But on a smaller scale.
It's irretrievable. It's
That is the idea, yes. It traps any of the entities, be they of a different plane or not, within the compressed matter. It's like sucking them into a black hole.
But they're not dead in there? Are they?
They are imprisoned.
Well,
You
Bonta
can't
just ate
simply...
a lot of them.
Fuck. We'll set that aside for now, but you can't simply kill nobles. It's incredibly difficult, and we found that it is much easier to imprison them.
Can Bonto eat a noble?
I have absolutely no idea what Bonto is capable of.
On the topic of nobles, before we get into that, the green marble.
Ah, yes, the
Jewel
cores of the
gem.
nobles. Yes.
Yes. What is it?
It is like something that binds them to this plane itself. It keeps their bodies intact. If you destroy it, they will decompose. But they will reconstitute shortly thereafter. It's like a stun of sorts.
What if you separate the gem from their body?
I'm sure they would be fine.
What if you destroy the gem altogether?
Then, like I said, they deconstitute and come back. Were you not listening, Sly?
No.
There's
You
no
have to kill
easy
them
way to
second.
completely destroy a noble. The best way that we found to physically do that is to burn all that remains. But even then, they come back in time.
Wait, even if you burn them, they come back?
Yes.
In time, no.
Ha-
In time for you could be like 1,000 years. So when you say in time, does that mean like tomorrow, or does that mean we'll be dead by the time?
It's hard to tell. It depends on how completely they were destroyed. It basically shuts them out of the material plane, and they are stuck within the abyssal plane in their true form. If they want to reconstitute their material form,
Takes time.
it takes time.
So to get things out of imprisonment,
We don't want to release whatever was imprisoned in the mountain.
no, but
Hopefully Bonto ate that portion.
And if he ate the other portion that we do want to release, and then we wind up releasing the portion we don't want to release, and the other ones are dead.
Well, like I said, Bonto ate him too.
what if we were to visit before it was imprisoned?
It's possible that that iteration would still exist. But you have to be careful. Especially with things that involve our technology, they are absolute. If you tamper with it, you may cause a rift. Like I said, we exist outside of time.
Right.
So are his dudes still alive, or is he the last of his dudes?
Ah. I do not know.
Did you create his dudes?
The same way we created all others, we simply provided a spark and saw what grew.
So you were talking about there's the abyssal plane, there's this plane, the material plane, and there's the higher plane. Is how many planes are there, and do we all exist on them in some, and on all of them in some part, or
There are 6 planes, and yes.
so there's a part of me in the abyssal plane right now, and I could visit it somehow.
Yes,
I just haven't tapped into that.
it's possible. You may not have the ability to do such. Sly, on the other hand, is existing in 2 planes at once.
Like right now?
Yes. One of you is walking in the material plane, and the other is walking in the abyssal plane.
Is Badass McGee abysmal?
Yes, he is.
Oh, you don't know his name. Oh, okay. So,
He could inference.
Yeah.
Context clues.
so he is me, just the personality of me who lived in the abysmal plane.
That is
So
the
right
same as what
now-
Gilacron did. He was able to
So
access
Sly's-
himself on all planes to bring each
So
one.
is Sly more closely linked to the abyssal plane right now, and Annika's more linked to the higher plane at the moment for visiting?
We,
there,
the
or
Proteans,
wherever she went?
primarily exist within the higher plane alone. Our counterparts in the other planes, well,
Earlier, I tried to come visit you on the higher plane, or your.
you made it
Visual
to the
anyway.
actual plane with your material form. Yes, I saw that.
It was the same plane. It was the higher plane.
That was the true higher plane. That is where we exist.
Okay. And things looked.
Think of the universe as 6 panes of glass stacked together. It's all one thing, but you can shift between each pane of glass. You can see between each pane of glass. with the light
So my scope is like a filter to allow me to look through
to
a
the higher
different
plane.
pane.
Yes.
On the higher plane, Leith was a girl. And here she's a piece of cloth.
Yes.
How does that, why? I don't, just why?
That is just how she exists. The universe is made up of many mysteries. We all exist differently.
Is there
And there
some
are a lot of
plane
things
where,
that we have yet to discover. We are not all-powerful supreme beings.
I mean, is there some plane where I'm like a shoe?
It's absolutely possible.
I
Some questions may be better not answered. Because I really don't want to be a shoe somewhere else.
Alright, so you know his people, Roy's people. Do we let him do his own thing, or would he be best, like, would we all be best utilized with each other?
We have a common goal. We want the nobles off this planet and out of the freaking universe.
I mean, you know his capabilities, and you know ours better than we know his and he knows ours. So would
Or
we
we know our
be
own.
competico?
Going deep.
Yeah.
Wait, what the fuck are we talking about?
Talking about you, Roy.
Yeah, I got that you were talking about me, and I'm a little bit offended again. I'm right here. You can ask me questions as well. You're talking
It's okay,
about me like
Sly
I'm not
offends
here.
everyone. Have you seen him?
Yes, I've seen him. That's why I broke his arm. I mean, it was an accident.
Wait, is his face pretty? Did that happen?
Yeah, my
Or
face
did
is
it
pretty.
unhappen?
His
Okay,
face
his
is
face
pretty.
is
No, his
pretty.
face is, but the rest of his body is still
Yeah, no, the rest of him is disgusting.
armored well to his body.
Yeah, like freaking Resident Evil up the neck, black crap.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm talking about you. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, again, you don't know what we're capable of. We don't know what you're capable of. But Marcelo knows what you're capable of and what we're capable of. So figured he'd be ask if we should work together or we should let you do your thing and we do our thing.
You're asking
Together.
if you think Rurik should help you. By all means. By all means, he says. Sure, fine, great. Erasmus says go help everybody. I guess I'm helping.
I mean, you could go back to sleep. I'm not sure.
No, I'm definitely not going back to
better
sleep
option.
because the planet will be devoured and then I'll probably be just, eaten.
You are just very optimistic.
Well, I've seen a couple planets get destroyed. How many have you seen
He's
get
probably
destroyed?
more realistic, to be fair.
Yeah, I have every expectation that we will all die terrible, horrible deaths in this. But
I won't.
I killed a
Let's not-
noble yesterday,
Let's not get
so
too down.
I'm feeling a
Annika,
little better
feel
than
like
I was
we've
the day
been
before.
doing. I feel like we've been doing very well. This is Caldwell, of course. He's like, we've made progress. We have power. We can start waking people from cryo as soon as you are all ready.
We need more power.
But we're waking them up to this.
I mean, we have 2 power helices now. Our power is not nearly as high powered as the alien proton stuff.
We could use more. A lot more.
Maybe, but I mean, for sustain, we have defense cloak and now power for lights and everything else for the colony. Probably to last us forever.
I'm gonna disagree because even the ship one, you can see
The ship is on proton energy. That's what I'm saying. Our
Right.
energy output is probably so minuscule opposed to what the proton energy output is. So if we're using it for our purposes, it's like not even denting itself.
You say that until it has to be used to actually defend. It could very quickly deplete it.
I agree.
Who needs defense?
As I've mentioned before, these things seem to have a limited span when they're using their higher functions. But for the use of powering the ship itself, I believe it is. They are very well stable, and I believe we restore power to most of the functions within the ship itself. Well, what's left of the ship.
We could still use more of the ship. That's an option too.
Well, so we all need to rest, and
We'll convene the council in the morning, and we'll discuss this
and we
amongst
can
everyone.
figure out if we want to go vault hunting or find another survivor.
I mean, it's certainly possible there are more. But I think we should visit the rest of these vaults and see what we can find in them that will help us if we run into more nobles or bigger nobles, or because if they're drawn to these artifacts and we have quite a lot of them here, then we need to be worried.
All right, then I'm gonna go find a place to sleep. I know I've been asleep for a very long time, but I'm still shit tired. So you all do your thing, and morning you said we'll meet up. We'll have breakfast, right? More fruit. Maybe
Probably.
More
Maybe-
food.
maybe some sort of critter, like a crawly critter. I like to eat those.
We'll see if we have any bacon left.
I don't know if any of those are
Bacon. This
edible
word.
on this planet.
This word makes a little bit of sense to me. That's fine. Bacon. Yeah, that's made from critters.
It's delicious.
Good enough for me. Right then.
Okay.
I guess we'll end the session there.